water and how important this is with keeping a healthy mind, healthy body, all of that, and a little bit of science behind it, which we all love, don't we? And who've I got? Ellie, Emma, Kerry, Bianca. Oh, a little bit more just then. Oh well. Okay. Now I'm going to try and read out the name of a doctor who has like a hydration guidelines. But I'm going to call him Dr. Batman because his name's Dr. Batman Galige. Yeah, Dr. Batman hydration guidelines. Okay. I'm going to tell you what his guidelines are around hydration and having as much more water in your body as possible, because we are 60% water. 60% water. What dehydration does to you, to your well-being, to your mindset, you know, how being dehydrated can actually change how you think and how your body fights illness and all of that stuff. So first of all, where do we get our water from? Majority of us drink water from the tap or from a bottled water, or maybe through a filter in your fridge, or a filter jug. Now when you're looking at bottled water, you want to consider that bottles, that plastic bottles, can seep chemicals into your water. So it can't always necessarily be good for you. You have to kind of balance things and weigh them up, because in the mineral water, you're going to be getting extra minerals. Whereas if you filter your water, you're going to be getting fresh water through the tap, and the chemicals will be extracted through the filtration system, but then you're going to be left with no minerals. So it's all weighing stuff up. Your tap water, if you drink it straight from the tap, has got chemicals in, and those chemicals are like chlorine, you can have heavy metals in there, and waterborne toxins. But it's going to be live water, it's going to have all the oxygen in it that you need to take from water. So, you know, this Dr. Batman, he says about how, you know, a filtration system in your home is a really good thing, but that's quite expensive. So, you know, you just have to consider where you're drinking your water from. And obviously, plastic water bottles aren't great for the environment, are they? You know, constantly using water. If you can get, you know, glass water bottles, then great. Or filter your water and add salt to your water. Now, sounds really disgusting, but I actually quite like it. You don't really taste it very much. You want to put unprocessed sea salt, like a Celtic sea salt, or French or New Zealand sea salt. All you need is like a pinch in a litre bottle, and you don't even taste it at all. And then you're getting your minerals and your electrolytes that you need in your body. Yeah, so that's a little bit of where to get your water from. To have the correct amount of water in your body daily, you can work out how much you actually need by weighing yourself. We've done this in class before, where we've got the children to go home, weigh themselves to find out how many kilograms they weigh or how many pounds they weigh. If it's in pounds, you're going to divide that by 2, and that's how many ounces you need to be drinking per day, like fluid ounces you need to be drinking per day. But if it's in kilograms, you do your body weight in kilograms times 0.33, and that's how many litres of water you should be having per day. Now, obviously, hi Sue, obviously, if it's hot weather, or you're about to do lots of exercise, you're going to be needing to drink more, because you may be perspiring, you know, losing your water. So you're going to have to top that up. And most people get thirsty if they're a bit dehydrated, but some people don't. I don't really get very thirsty. I have to kind of remind myself to drink enough during in a day, unless my blood sugar's high, and then I'm really thirsty anyway. But yeah, the more hot weather there is, the more you're going to be losing water. It's just going to be evaporating from you. Now, we should only be drinking water. Anything else is a food. Okay, so if you say, well, I've calculated it and I'm supposed to drink 2.5 litres of water per day. So I had one 500ml bottle of water, and then I've had loads of tea, coffee, orange juice, milk, blah blah blah. No, that's not going to do it. You still need those 2.5 litres of water. And if you do drink those things like fizzies, caffeinated drinks or juices or squashes, you then need extra water, the equivalent to the amount you've drunk of that thing, to actually flush the toxins from that drink or whatever you've taken instead of water, because it then flushes it through your kidneys. Okay, so you've also got adverse health effects of like milk, juices, fizzy drinks, coffee, tea. You've got things like tooth decay, sugar addiction, caffeine addiction, insulin resistance. It can cause insulin resistance, an increased chance of osteoporosis. Okay, so an increased chance of osteoporosis is something you don't really want. Kidney stones, nervousness, insomnia. So if you struggle to sleep, this can, make those symptoms worse. And ADD or ADHD can be made worse through drinking these things. So you can calculate how much you need to drink. Remember, it's your kilograms, how much you weigh in kilograms times 0.33, or in pounds divided by 2 is how many ounces per day you need to drink. Okay, so we were made only to drink water, and should drink the equivalent of however much you have had in one of the other things I spoke about to replace, to flush through. So dehydration can cause abnormal brain function. This is what I wanted to talk about regarding how it affects your well-being and how you think. Have you ever seen someone who's had a urine or a kidney infection, and the effects it has on them, and how they appear? Okay, so they may appear to be delirious, they may have hallucinations. The dehydration affects your sodium and your electrolyte levels, and that then causes, and it's linked to cognitive changes. You don't know what cognition is, or your cognitive behaviour changes could be. Cognition is our ability to reason through logic. That's an example of prime cognition. Cognition is thinking, knowing, remembering, judging, and solving problems. So if you're dehydrated, you're going to find that you're going to really struggle to concentrate, and your memory is going to be quite bad. So if you're finding that lately in this hot weather, I've really all of a sudden got really tired and my concentration's just not there, I'm so forgetful, top up your water, keep on drinking, because what it will do, it will regulate your body temperature for one, lubricate your joints. If you're having pain in your joints, drink a load of water. Have you ever taken a paracetamol or something like a painkiller and taken it with lots of water, and then you immediately feel better? I've spoken about it before. Could it be the painkiller, or could it be the water? I don't know. Just keep drinking water. Water protects your organs, and it flushes waste, like I spoke about before, and it carries your nutrients to all of your cells. So the lack of water will give you the previous effects, like dehydration. So hydrate before exercise and after, and if it's hot weather. And another way to tell if you're dehydrated is to check your urine. It should be like a really light, clear, almost lemony tinge. That's it. No darker, really. If you're dehydrated, the darker it will be. If If you're really dehydrated, sometimes it can be like a real browny colour or orangey colour. That's not good. You really want to be making sure you're taking a big gulp of water. Keep on sipping away at water. So the things you can do to remind yourself is have a 500ml bottle of water or a litre bottle of water and put some markers on it of times or slots through the day that you should be hitting that point. Okay, so maybe once an hour you really want to be drinking 250 mils of the water, that's half of your bottle, or sip it through the day. And don't forget to put that little pinch of salt in. Okay, so I'd love to hear if any of you have noticed over the last week when it's been a bit hotter, has it made a difference to your cognition? And obviously then that's when we might start to feel a little bit down, and a little bit of negative self-talk and stuff like that can happen because you're not thinking clearly and all of those things. So we need to be mindful of how much water we are having, and I've gone on enough about this, but I just find it a really interesting subject as well. And as I'm talking to you every week, I realise there's just no end to keeping well. You know the things that we have to do. There's so many millions of things that we have to do to keep ourselves well. And it's worth just knowing a little bit of a reason why behind it, because otherwise you don't really see a point. So Bella said, you've been drowsy and forgetful this week. Oh, and you've been dehydrated. When you're dehydrated, you cry more. Yeah, your brain needs more water to kind of think clearly. Otherwise, all those negative thoughts are going to keep popping in. You need that water to kind of flush out all of the toxins, toxic thoughts, toxic anything. Water is just like a magic thing, really. And it's just there. And we're so lucky, and we should be so grateful that it's all on tap for us, really. So yes, I do hope you're all keeping well. Thank you for joining me, and I shall see you all next Friday. If there is anything you are interested in hearing about or you'd like me to do, I may do a little bit more on like the mindfulness side of things. Again, even though this is to do with mindfulness and being mindful of how much you're drinking, please pop it in the comments or send us a message, and yeah, I shall see you next Friday. Thanks everyone.